Hey, what's up everybody? This is A7X Fan Ben with a quick unboxing video. This is a lot I bought, I think, for 80 bucks on Board Game Geek back in 2020. At least I think that's what I'm unboxing. I was gone for a while, and I'm having some pirate stuff shipped to me that I bought last year and some not. Anyway, it should be a near complete set of Pirates of the Revolution, which is one of the best sets in the game. And the main thing that I didn't have that I'm getting from this is the sleigh with Captain Whitebeard. So I don't think this lot has the super rares, but it has most of the set, which is pretty exciting. So the sleigh is my first copy, HH05A. So the sleigh, and then Captain Whitebeard is 5B. So ho ho ho. Happy holidays from WizKids, Jordan Wiseman. Lead elf in all the WizKids toy makers, Pirates of the North Pole. So the sleigh is not, it's the one game piece WizKids made that is truly banned in play. You can't really use this. I mean, of course you could, but it's not a legitimate game piece. Mostly because it's just really overpowered. No ship in the game is LLL speed. And then only the Bouchon is 10 cargo, but that one's more expensive and more of a legitimate ship. So the sleigh, I'll read the flavor text though. These have never been like my favorites just because they're kind of really weird and out there, and they're not viable in actual play, but they look really good. They're really pretty, and they did a really good job with them. And these pennants are unique. I might be tempted to put one of these green and white pennants on like a 6-masted Jade Junk. I think that would look pretty cool. And the flag is probably similar to at least some nation's flag from like a real world faction, so a real world country. But linked to Captain Whitebeard, of course. Sailors the world over speak of the sleigh in tones reserved the most honored and noble of ships, rumored to be faster than a hurricane, quieter than the wind, and crewed by magical elves. Only the most pure of heart have ever seen her, and they claim she a vision of lights, magic, and joy. So, really overpowered. I'm not going to go over the abilities too much, I don't think. So the hull is really neat. It's got like the green on the hull, candy cane as part of like almost like a figurehead, or at least on the bow, and the stern looks really nice. So, and there's like Christmas lights on the mast and stuff like that, candy cane masts. So pretty cool overall. Kind of just a novelty piece, but still kind of a neat thing that they did. And then Captain Whitebeard looks really good. He's got some pretty cool artwork. And then this flag is actually a little bit different. So they have like the nationality flag there that I've never really seen before. I've never really analyzed that or looked at a picture of that in detail. And then that's different from the stern flag on the ship. And then Captain Whitebeard, of course, links to the sleigh. The ultimate Captain Whitebeard was born to spread joy to even the most hardened of sailors. Some claim that on quiet winter nights, his bellowing ho-ho-ho's can bring grown sailors to their knees and make them feel the unadulterated joy of being a child. So some people don't really consider this part of the Revolution set. I do, mostly just because it's got the right background. It's from 2005. It's not really. It's technically Pirates of the North Pole, but that's not a set. I mean, this is 2 game pieces, neither of which are legal, basically. So I consider it part of RV. So I don't know. That's just up to each individual person, I guess. But getting into the rest of the set, I've already done a Pirates of the Revolution set review podcast and mini set review on piratesofben.com. So I'm not going to go over all the game pieces because I've already done that. So I'll link to that podcast in the description and or the end screens or whatever on the video. But Revolution, a really great set. Black Swan leads it off. UL 001's the unlimited version of Revolution. Really cool 5-master. Maybe looks slightly better than she performs. One of the coolest looking 5-masters in the game, with like the skull and swords, crossed swords on the sails, nice hull. And then it's a pretty good ship overall, just not crazy good compared to some of the other pirate 5-masters. So Neptune's Horde is extremely good, one of the better gold runners in the entire game, basically. And I'm just gonna zoom through these kind of quick. Gold Medusa, or really quick actually. Pride, Cursed Blade, Hades Flame, Executioner, Bloody Jewel. So many great ships. Tiger, Panda is good. Coral is pretty good. Banshee's Cry. Oh, this is actually a mixed. Ooh, this is interesting. That's kind of cool. It's actually a mixed version near complete set. So Coral and Banshee's Cry are actually the regular or like first edition versions. So, which is a little bit more rare than UL, especially because nowadays pretty much all the Revolution boxes and packs I see for sale online are unlimited or UL version. So it's kind of nice to get, you know, originals, I guess you could call them, of these, especially the Banshee's Cry, I guess, or just rares in general. So that's pretty neat. So I didn't realize that it was going to be a mixed version lot. I'm totally fine with that. I'm not a collector that really bothers collecting all the versions of each set and things like that. I don't generally care about making sure I have like the UL and the first version of each set, things like that. So looks like it gets slightly disjointed here in terms of the ordering, or at least how these are displayed. So I'm just going to kind of fix it a little bit. 014 is missing, so that's the Lightning. So it looks like the Lightning is one of the missing cards, but that's fine. I knew it wasn't totally complete. John Lafayette, Don Pedro Gilbert. So I'm just going to kind of order them up here. 15, 16, 17. Lady Baptiste is 18. And then it looks like we're missing 19, 20, 21 maybe. But got the Devil's Maw. Pretty good quality fort here for the Pirates. 022. Got the Firepot Specialist. And now we get into the English, my favorite faction, which is always exciting. HMS Dreadnought. Really expensive 5-masted ship. 26 points. Not an amazing ship, but you can make a lot of great crew combos with this for higher point games, death matches, and campaign games. So this is a really good crew for Griffin from Rise of the Fiends, the LE version of Griffin that I unboxed in an earlier video not too long ago. Now that I finally have a copy of him, this is a good ship for him because he gives +S to base move and +1 to cannon rolls with a captain. So that would give the Dreadnought with the Captain Housen up to SSS speed, and essentially 2L cannons is pretty much what the ability does. And then you could even do a Captain World Hater like Admiral James Norrington or Hermione Gold, the Mysterious Islands version, and get the Dreadnought up to like 1L cannons basically. So, and which can't be eliminated unless she's derelict. And then you put Norseman on, so then she can't be derelict. So pretty good combos here available with the Dreadnought. I would say Griffin is probably one of the best crew for the Dreadnought as a result. Of course, it's tough to get that version of Griffin because it's expensive and rare, but you could always proxy the common Rise of the Fiends version, which is far more common. It's like probably $1. Get that crew, same artwork and everything. So you could even, well, you'd have to have the card, but you could even say an opponent, oh, I'm using LE Griffin. Like, you don't want to deceive your opponent, but I would be fine with proxies. Like, if somebody wanted to use the common version of Griffin against me as the LE version, I'd be like, okay, you know, in general at least. I'd want to be prepared for that in advance and maybe, you know, have them tell me maybe before I made my fleet or something, but or at least know that we could use proxies. But anyway, just some good ideas. HMS Oxford, really good ship. Maybe not quite as good overall as Neptune's Horde, but quite good. The Serapis, HMS Nautilus, Algiers, Lord Caldwell, Apollo, HMS Greyhound, rare 1-masted sloop. And then looks like we're missing 034, which is fine. Lieutenant Nigel Hardwick, 035. And I don't want this video to be too long, so I'm just going to keep rolling on through here. So it's kind of, yeah, it looks like the crew got kind of upside down in some cases. So Sir Watkins Defoe, 036, Raft and Robinson, 37, 38 is missing, Firepot Specialist, 039. Put that stack there. And then we get into the Spanish, who didn't have a strong presence in this set. But the ships they did get are good. Looks like there's no Santa Isabel, but I've already got that one. So, Cazadora, pretty nice support gun ship. This is a fun ship. I like this one a lot. San Jose is a high quality gold runner, and La Monarca is one of the best gold runners in the entire game. And the Fortaleza Dorada is the best Spanish fort, pretty much, mostly because of that defensive ability. So the Spanish didn't get a lot in Revolution, but they still got high quality stuff for what they did receive. So, alright, this is exciting, because now we're getting into the French. So Le Superbe, 047, really great 5-master. I love the ship. It looks really great. It performs great. And it's just a beautiful, high-quality ship from a high-quality set, high-quality faction. Just great stuff. No Soleil Royal, 048, but that's fine. Vengeance, Lyon, and all these other French ships. Most of these are at least decent, if not quite good. Le Favori is probably kind of a slightly underrated Gold Runner. That one's pretty nice. The Peak is quite good. And then we get into the French crew. La Fontaine, a rare, 060. Philippe Amqui, 061. Guy Laplante, 062. 064. And we've got Paradis de la Mer, the best fort in the game, 065. Firepower Specialist, 066. And now we'll start getting into the Americans, which it looks like they have looks like they're very well represented in this lot. Oh yeah, this is exciting. Oh, there's an extra card. That's interesting. Oh, might be a mismatch. Now let's see. This looks really kind of weird, actually. All right, might be a little strange surprise here in a second. So the Constitution, one of the best gunships in the entire game, just about on par with HMS Endeavor as like just about the best 1v1 gunship in the game, along with El Corzado, of course. So 2 hits from the same shoot action required to eliminate one of the ship's mass. Amazing defensive ability. They messed up the artwork. Shouldn't have 2 full gun decks, but I've already said that enough times. So there's 2 card 3 out of 3s, which is what I was talking about for this little surprise. So ULO 68. So I've got an extra Constitution 3 out of 3 card, which I don't know if anybody watching this will ever need one, but I don't think I will. Those kind of the mismatched card threads usually don't get any traction because it's really hard to find an actual match with somebody. But alright, so this is even more confusing. There's like, I got like extra United States cards. So United States is the next 5-master, and it looks like there's a ship and a half or something. Alright, so I've got 2 card 1 out of 3s for the United States, 2 card 2 out of 3s, and then 1 3 out of 3. So I'm going to separate this a little bit, make one viable ship. So then I basically need a 3 out of 3 to make another United States. But if somebody had that, I also have the other 2. So I don't know if I've really had this situation before with an unpunched 5-master. But anyway, so that's pretty weird. I'm going to set these extra cards aside. Either way, feel free to comment if you have any kind of matches with these extra American 5-master cards. Didn't expect that in this lot, but that's fine. United States, better than having some cards missing. So at least none are missing. I don't have an incomplete 5-master. So Enterprise is a really great one. ULO 70. So extra action out of 5 or 6. This was my second 5-master ever. My first was La Magnifique from Crimson Coast, so this came out. This was the next set after that, so this was the second one I pulled. And then the 2 Gargantuans were the other ones from Davy Jones' Curse. Those were my original 4 5-masters. So this one's got all 3 cards, no extras that I'm seeing right now. So pretty cool to have some extras of those around. And then I'll just go through the other American ships real quick. Freedom, Louisiana, Saratoga, Yankee. I got Jarvis. In the Facebook discussion recently, the Jarvis was reported as like people's favorite American ship. I think a couple people said it was their favorite ship. Jarvis is one of my originals too, so it's definitely got a place in my heart. Carolina is a good gold runner. Boston is decent. Julius Caesar is quite solid. Rattlesnake, one of their best gold runners. Hannah, Hornet. And then the Philadelphia, I love. That's a really fun ship to use. This is in New Orleans, the two ship stealers for the Americans. So Philadelphia, Flying Fish, Peacock. Let me get into the rares. The Chesapeake, the Lynx, the Harlequin, Commodore David Porter, Jonathan Harden, Kikoa, Carl Smith, Diamond Nelson Turner, Commander Albert Crenshaw, and then Becalmed, Ralph David. Ralph David, that's like probably one of the most underrated crew in the whole game. A lot of people may not realize or remember that the Americans do have a +2 gold crew in their fleet, so pretty amazing. Recommended on, I would say, the Frontier, maybe some of the other large American gold runners too. They don't have too many of those though. Like good large American gold runners. Frontier is certainly the standout for those. Large meaning like three masts or more is kind of like a large gold runner. I guess 3 is still mid-size, but you think more of like 1 and 2 masted ships as gold runners, more so than 4 and 5 masters at least. So 4 and 5s can still be gold runners. Like the Aberdeen Baron is an English gold runner for the most part, but anyway. So Ruth Lee, Foul Winds, Becalmed with Christian Jefferson, Esquire. Thompson's Island, the only American fort released. And then Firepot Specialist. That gets us to number 102 in the set. I'll just zip through this last section so I can start recording the next video after this. Actually, I'm not going to go through all these because these are just generic crew, but anyway, looks like they're in reverse order, but lots of generic crew as well. Okay, I'll zip through the UTs. Yeah, this is kind of, pile is like somewhat upside down, so that's why there's generics before UTs. So there's those. And then this is a good set for UTs. It's got a lot of good stuff. Neptune's Trident is just chaos. This thing is so fun. Explosives, similar. Maybe not quite as much chaos, but really exciting UT to use. Can be a real bummer too. This can kind of mess up a game a bit. Missionary is pretty negative, but yeah, pretty powerful too. Castaway, I think, is one of the most underrated UTs in the game. And I only got my first copy not super long ago, so I haven't used it a lot. Looking forward to trying out more, especially in like casual smallish games, like 40 to 100 points. Not that I'll play many of those coming up soon, but still, definitely want to use it more. Natives, that's a nasty one. That's like mermaids in UT form, basically. Sextant is not too impressive, but Fruit is a negative, but anyway. So some pretty cool UTs from the set, especially the Trident and Castaway. So, and Explosive, of course, are fun too. So anyway, so that was me unboxing a somewhat near complete set of Revolution, missing, you know, obviously the higher numbered stuff with the super rares and the SD box ships and whatnot, but that's fine because I think most are all, I still need the super rares, but that's why I'm gonna do a couple more Revolution pack openings hopefully today. And then I got the Sleigh and Captain Whitebeard for the first time, so that's pretty cool. So thanks for watching. This was A7X Fan Ben, and leave a comment if you'd like.